Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you into another edition of Oaks Baseball. Once again here in Thousand Oaks at Sparky Anderson Field on the Kowloon campus. The Oaks playing their final game of the season against the San Luis Obispo Blues, trying to finish off the season series strong. 4-2 coming into today, trying to make it a nice 5-2. Tough one yesterday for the Oaks. 4 errors on the infield was a key contributing factor to a 5-2 loss. The Oaks were shut out through the first 8 innings of the ballgame. Were able to put up 2 runs in the ninth and a controversial strike 3 call on Brendan Durfee. It looked low from up here. We saw a couple of side angles after the game. Pitch was definitely low, which led to a big confrontation between the entirety of the Oaks dugout and the home plate umpire. Looking to move on from that today. Starting lineup, Mac Moyer, Austin Carrillo, Jack Costello, DHing today, hitting third, Brendan Durfee in the cleanup spot, playing first, Zach Daudet, Chris Wright in right field, Drew Smith at third base, Brady Francisco doing the catching duties, Zach Schwartzberg rounding out the lineup playing second base. And on the bump today is Alexander Rivas. Now, Josh, obviously the defense was definitely an eyesore in yesterday's ball game. Do you think that the Oaks can turn it around in such short notice? 2 bad defensive games in a row, really, against the slow Blues. Do you think the third time's a charm against the Blues?
Yeah, definitely, especially considering the fact that these guys won't play another ball game, or a lot of these guys won't play another ball game until Thursday, considering it's the CCL Showcase game Wednesday. So they get a bit of a break, which makes me think they're going to really come out fired up today and wanting to fire on all cylinders, offensively and defensively, and just do whatever they can to back up Alexander Rivas, who is making his 3rd start of the summer for the Oaks.
And obviously been an up and down series as far as the offense goes as well. 11 runs on Friday, only 2 yesterday. So if the pattern continues, we should be in for some fireworks. And Coach Dave Solis put out a pretty strong lineup, you could say. A lot of these guys have definitely earned their spots so far this summer. And they'll be taking on Matthew Gonzalez for the slow Blues. Seen Gonzalez a few times, and the defense playing behind him is going to be Jason Hansen at first base, Sam DiCarlo, who was peppering the ball in yesterday's ball game. And at second, Theo Hardy, the usual shortstop, moving back to short after playing third yesterday. JT Ricken, the regular third baseman for the Blues. Jake Hicksonbaugh in left. I believe that's the first time that the Oaks have seen him. Jariah Lewis in center field and Giovanni Blanchette in right. That Nin Burns catch at the wall, probably just giving him a precautionary day off today. And the umpires are starting to meet at home plate. And we're almost ready to go. The starting pitcher today for the Blues is Matthew Gonzalez. Gonzalez only 8 2/3 innings pitched this summer with 5 earned runs. Not a huge sample size, but we'll step away for now and we'll bring you guys back for the first pitch. Well, the national anthem was played, the players have taken the field, and we're just about ready to start a ball game. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Alexander Rivas on the mound today for the Oaks. Brady Francisco completing the battery. Drew Smith at third, Zach Daudet at short, Zach Schwartzberg at second, Brendan Durfee playing first base. The outfield from left to right, Carrillo, Moyer, and Wright. Brendan Durfee getting a lot of playing time. He has been the best bat for the Oaks in just about every metric you can think of. So Dave Solis wants to get him in that lineup any way he can, whether it's catching, playing first, or doing the DHing.
It's hard to take a guy who's hitting 370 out of the lineup. Durfee's just seeing the ball so well. Even during that last strikeout in the ninth yesterday, it just felt like he was getting a hit. He was on everything, fouling off pitches, and it was unfortunate that it had to end that way because if he got one to hit, he was mashing it.
The tension was definitely building in that at-bat, and the Oaks dugout was ready to explode.
They exploded, but not for the right reason.
That's true. That's true. Brady Francisco throws it down to second base to complete the warm-ups. Jariah Lewis stepping into the box, and we are ready to go.
Lewis moving up in the lineup. He was batting 8th yesterday, but moves up to the leadoff spot. Seen him in the bottom third in each of these first two games.
Rivas, as he usually does, out of the stretch, and we're underway. First pitch strike on the outside corner. 1:05, official game time start. Lewis pops that one foul to get out of play. The defense playing Lewis pretty conventional. First two pitches, Drew Smith was playing even with the grass just in case Lewis dropped the bunt down, but now with the 2-strike count, he backs up to a more conventional position. Just off the outside corner, 1-2. The Oaks not wearing their usual white jerseys today. Instead going with just the warm-up shirts,
yeah.
practice jerseys. 1-2.
Good spot.
Again, just out the outside corner, 2-2.
It's a good location for Rivas, even though he didn't get the strike call. That's a pitch that he might get a call on later in the game and might induce some swings as well.
2-2 to Lewis, and struck him out. Rivas starting his day with the strikeout. A pitcher's dream. 15th time in CCO play that Lewis has gone down on strikes.
And only the 7th strikeout for Rivas this summer. It's not something that he's known for. Doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but also doesn't walk a lot of guys either. Just 6 strikeouts and 1 walk coming in today. There's just going to be a lot of balls put in play. And for Rivas, he'll hope to get weak contact, preferably on the ground.
Now brings up the shortstop, Theo Hardy. Hardy swings and misses at the first pitch. Hardy hitting .262 on the summer with a .446 on base percentage. He has 12 walks going along with 12 strikeouts. So for each strikeout, he draws a walk, which is a good ratio for a hitter. Takes one on the outside corner. He's in an 0-2 hole.
It's definitely something I'm sure a lot of hitters strive for. Obviously, in today's game, very difficult to have more walks than strikeouts. So when you see that over a prolonged amount of time, it's pretty impressive.
Hardy pops one foul and get well out of play.
Hardy's very much an old school player. He's got the stirrups, no batting gloves.
Excellent defense as well. That one misses outside, ball one. Alexander Rivas' bread and butter pitch is that changeup, and with the lefty Hardy up, certainly a candidate to throw that now. Misses outside, 2-2.
Especially versus these lefties, Rivas is going to throw that changeup pretty often. Almost 50% of the time, I'd say, he throws the changeup versus a left-handed hitter.
2-2 to count to Theo Hardy. Lined in the left field, Carrillo is on the move, and he won't get there. Lands just fair. Takes a big hop, and Theo Hardy's into second base with a one-out double. After falling behind 0-2 in the count, Theo Hardy fouls off a couple pitches, takes a couple of close ones off the outside corner, and shoots one down the left field line for a one-out double. First time the Blues have somebody in scoring position today, obviously, in the first inning. Giovanni Blanchette looking to take advantage. First pitch from Alexander Rivas, breaking ball in there, strike one.
We know that his changeup is his bread and butter, but versus right-handed batters, he won't throw it as often as he does to lefties, so he'll rely on that slider as his secondary pitch versus the righties.
A look at Hardy, comes home, another breaking ball. Cut on and miss. No balls, 2 strikes to Giovanni Blanchette. Alexander Rivas trying to finish him off. Blanchette sprays one foul.
Rivas triples up on the breaking ball here, but for an 0-2 pitch, that one probably was up a little bit more than he would have liked. With the 0-2 slider, he'll obviously look to get a chase, and that time it just stayed in the strike zone. And was fortunate it was only fouled away.
And that one runs too far inside and plunks Blanchette. Alexander Rivas strikes out the first batter of the game, gets the next two, and 0-2 counts. And they both wind up on base. First and second, only one man gone for Matt Spear. Spear out of San Jose State University.
Just like his teammate Hardy out there at second.
Spear struggling this summer in CCL play. 3 for 19 with 10 strikeouts and only 1 walk. It's a 158 average with a 200 on base percentage. Spear looking to turn it around. He lazily hits one into center field. Moyer not having to do too much work and catches it easily for the second out of the inning.
It's big for Rivas to get a quick out like that after a couple of long plate appearances. Versus Hardy doubling after going down 0-2 and then falling behind or getting ahead of Blanchette and then hitting him.
Brings up another struggling bat in the Blues lineups, Emilio Corona. Corona 1 for 12 this summer.
We saw him pick up his first hit in yesterday's contest.
Corona spat on a first pitch breaking ball. The 1-0. Lined in the left field. It's going to be trouble, and it'll fall for a base hit. Hardy scores easily. Corona waltzing into second base, and it's a 2-out double to open up the scoring in today's ball game. Giovanni Blanchette getting some jeers from his own dugout. for not scoring on a double with 2 outs. And didn't get really far enough.
Carrillo was able to cut it off pretty quickly.
That'll bring up Sam DiCarlo. Breaking ball misses outside. DiCarlo was tearing the cover off the baseball yesterday. Every at-bat, he hit one over 95 miles an hour on the exit velocity.
Yeah, it was 3 of his 5 plate appearances, something like that. 4 to 5. 3 knocks, too.
He's ahead of the count 2-0, and this is not the guy you want to fall behind with the day he had yesterday.
Nearly hitting a home run as well, which is very difficult to do for right-handed bats here, and he hit one off the top of the fence.
Rolls over lazily. Zach Daudet is there. Throws across the diamond to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 batter hit by a pitch. 2 left on for the Blues. They get out to a quick start. 1-0 heading into the bottom of the first. Moyer leading off the bottom of the first for your Conejo Oaks. As we mentioned, Matthew Gonzalez, starting pitcher today for the Blues. Blues have had some deficiencies to say as far as arms available coming into this series. Had to burn a couple position players on Friday night's game.
Oh,
Moyer shows bunt,
luckily,
unable to get it down.
luckily for the Blues, yesterday their starting pitcher, Fisher Johnson, was able to get them great in length, completing 6 innings, and that certainly helps out getting some pitchers extra rest.
Gonzalez, a 3-pitch strikeout to open up his day. And obviously the Blues would love for Gonzalez to match Fisher Johnson's outing yesterday. 6 innings of shutout baseball.
Only
Gonzalez ready to
pitches too. Yeah.
Gonzalez ready to get to work quickly. Already on the mound, ready to begin his windup. Just waiting for Austin Carrillo to get in. And that's 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Matthew Gonzalez.
He was ready on the mound before Carrillo even got out here.
He's ready again as Carrillo steps out. Working extremely quick. Carrillo fouls one back.
I'm interested to see how the offense does today. Batting practice, just taking in the cages before the game. No full-on batting practice today for the Oaks. We'll see if they can get the offense woken up early after a lackluster performance yesterday.
The first ball of Matthew Gonzalez's outing. 1-2 now. No batting practice today. You think it was just a as Carrillo goes down swinging. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Matthew Gonzalez. I think it was just a case of the batting practice pitchers just going to church before today's game. Getting some praying in,
Probably.
praying for some offense.
Definitely possible, but also with the 1 o'clock start, maybe just wanted to get the players, let them sleep in. Sleep off the loss yesterday.
Tell everyone to take an extra hour, get a good breakfast in them. Jack Costello steps in. He's doing the DHing today. 1-1 count. That ball's in the dirt. Gets to the backstop. 2-1 to Jack Costello.
Ooh.
As that one gets a piece of Jack Costello.
Large piece.
Both pitchers hitting a batter in the first inning. Not something you see too often. And it'll bring up Brendan Durfee, his first at bat today. Brendan Durfee's been on fire as of late. Batting average at around 370. First pitch, right down the middle. Even with the runner on, Gonzalez ready to work quickly. Comes home. Changeup in the dirt. 1-1.
Gonzalez has been very effective throwing that changeup early in this ball game. Throwing it against these 3 lefties, and he's gotten a few swings and misses already.
Another changeup misses away. 2-1.
Just like Alexander Rivas, it looks like the changeup might be Gonzalez's go-to pitch. Certainly the best pitch we've seen.
2-1 to Brendan Durfee. That one's in the dirt, squirts away from the catcher's spear.
Wow.
Not far enough for him to make the throw down to second base to gun down Jack Costello. At the end of 1-0 in favor of the San Luis Obispo Blues. JT Ricken leading off the second after Jack Costello was gunned down trying to advance on a ball in the dirt by Matt Spear. First pitch to Ricken from Rivas is outside. 1-0. Ricken 217 on the summer in CCL play. Goes after a 1-0 pitch. Swings over the top. 1-1. Nice day here in Thousand Oaks. Not a cloud in sight. Ricken rolls over to third base. Smith is there. Throws across the diamond. Durfee able to dig it out of the dirt to record the first out of the inning. Brings up the first baseman, Jason Hansen.
Good spot.
Rivas ahead of the count, 0-1. Hansen 211 this summer. Not really any eye-popping numbers from the Blues hitters. Only 4 batters above 300 and 3 of them under 10 at-bats. That one's laced up the middle for a base hit.
Well, Sammy, we were told before Friday's contest by Jack Smith, the SLO Blues announcer, that the Blues as a team were hitting below 200 on the season. It was a 197 batting average.
It's not going to cut it. No. 98 miles an hour off the bat, that last one. Only 4 hitters hitting above 300 for the Blues, and 3 of them under 10 at-bats. The other one, only 13 at-bats. Not a big sample size for most of these guys. 1-0 pitch, rolled over. Schwartzberg hit slowly, quick turn, and a strong throw by Zach Daudet to complete the double play. After the 98-mile-an-hour single up the middle by Jason Hansen, Alexander Rivas inducing a ground ball, which he does best, to get himself out of the inning unscathed. No runs on 1 hit. Nobody left on. Into the bottom of the second. Durfee, Daudet, Wright due up for the Oaks. Brendan Durfee started an at-bat back in the first. After Jack Costello was caught stealing to end the inning, he gets a fresh count against Matthew Gonzalez. First pitch, fouled back.
There was a changeup from Gonzalez, which we mentioned has been his best pitch, and Durfee tried to sit on it and get on time, but just missed and fouled it back.
The 0-1. Misses in the dirt. 1-1. Did not think there was going to be time to turn a double play on the Jake Hickson ball. Ground ball to end the inning. But Zach Daudet making a strong throw to complete the double play. 1-2 to Durfee. Durfee watching that changeup go all the way in the catcher's glove.
You can just see Durfee follow that pitch the entire way until it dropped off the table.
It's a sign of someone who's seeing the ball well. The 2-2. Chopped over to first base. Hansen is there. Take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted to open up the bottom of the second. Zach Daudet stepping into the box. Shortstop in today's ball game. First pitch.
Get there.
Hit over to shortstop. One shortstop grounds out to the other for out number 2. And with the limited arms available for the Blues, a first pitch out is always welcome. Chris Wright trying to extend the inning. He's got that big elbow guard on. I know Chris is a big Barry Bonds fan. Wonder if that he drew any inspiration from that. Goes after the first pitch again. That one's lined into center field for a base hit.
Picking up where he left off for Chris Wright in the 9th inning yesterday. Led that off, first pitch single. He's a guy that really likes to swing at the first pitch, be aggressive.
Extends the inning for the Oregon Duck, Drew Smith. Gonzalez was ready to go before the walk-up music was even turned off. And as soon as it was, he threw a first pitch strike into Smith. Gonzalez not lighting up that radar gun. Last one was at 85 miles an hour. And that breaking ball in at 79. 0-2 to Drew Smith.
Even though the fastball isn't the hardest, it's not straight either. It's got a bit of arm side run to it.
The 0-2. Another breaking ball. See you later. It's another strikeout for Matthew Gonzalez, his 3rd already through 2 innings of work. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. The end of 2, 1-0 Blues. Jariah Lewis, the leadoff man for the Blues, leading off a second inning here in the top of the 3rd. Lewis struck out swinging. Last time up, gets a bunt down, doesn't get far enough to be any trouble for Brady Francisco, and he shows off the arm by gutting down Lewis.
It's never an easy play for a catcher when he has to field a bunt, but Francisco didn't have to range too far to pick up that baseball and took his time firing a strike over to Durfee at first.
It's nice to see Brady back behind dish defensively. Obviously, we knew he was supposed to be in there on Friday, Josh, when we were up in San Luis Obispo, and then they had to quickly transition to having Durfee behind the dish with the forearm soreness for Francisco. Then he got the day off yesterday just to rest the forearm, and he even said to me yesterday, well, I thought I was going to catch today, so nice to get him back behind the dish for the Oaks.
1-1 to Theo Hardy. Hardy doubled down the left field line. Hit up some chalk down the line and eventually came around to score.
Ooh.
Swings at a high fastball above the zone, and Hardy taking a little bit of time to reset. Definitely frustrated with himself that he swung at that.
Might have been one of the faster fastballs we've seen Rivas throw.
That one shot over to the second baseman Schwartzberg.
No way.
Easy play for out number 2.
That one sounded a lot harder off the bat than it actually was.
Well, how hard was it hit, Austin?
Only 71 miles per hour.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Giovanni Blanchette hit by a pitch back in the first.
Oh.
That one misses away for ball 1. Fouled into the Oaks dugout. Couple guys getting out of the way. Definitely waking them up in that Oaks dugout. More quiet for the majority of yesterday's ball game. Came alive in the 9th.
Good pitch.
Swing and a miss. And Alexander Rivas 1 strike away from getting a 1-2-3 inning.
It's a rare righty-righty changeup from Rivas. Only throw it a handful of times versus right-handed bats.
The 1-2.
Oh.
Fouled away.
And after getting that swing and a miss, tries to double up on it, but this time they were able to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Another 1-2. That one hit sharply at the ground at short.
Wow.
Zach Daudet making the play. And the inning. 3 ground outs to get Alexander Rivas out of his 3rd inning of work. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. 1-0 Blues hitting in the bottom of the 3rd. Brady Francisco stepping into the box. It's a little outcast. I like the way you move. Alexander Rivas definitely liked the way he moved after fielding that. This one's hit off the hands. A nice play by Hansen over at first.
Thought that was going to get through the 3-4 hole, but wasn't hit that hard, and nice play over there at first base by Hansen.
Another first pitch out recorded by Matthew Gonzalez. Definitely, as we're pitching right through the music. Clean it up down there.
I think it's my sister. I'll text her and tell her to figure it out.
Zach Schwartzberg, his first at bat today, fouls one back. 1-1 now. Gonzalez, mentioned a few times already, he's quick to work, doesn't care. He can play music throughout the entire at bat. Schwartzberg hits one down the line past a diving Ricken. And again, just speaking on how fast Gonzalez is working, Mac Moyer was getting the foul ball back, and he was running back to the on-deck circle, and Gonzalez started throwing already. Gonzalez definitely not one to wait on anybody. Pitching on his time right now. Second hit of the day for the Oaks. Moyer struck out swinging in the first inning. Changeup, ball out of hand for ball one. Schwartzberg, a modest lead. Moyer lines one up the middle, right to the shortstop, Hardy. Hardy make a strong throw over to first, but Schwartzberg wasn't too far off the bag and gets back safely.
That line out for Mac, 100 miles per hour off the bat.
Wow, very hard hit ball. He's been peppering the baseball to all fields and just continuing to hit the ball hard.
I don't know if it's the same bat he's been using all summer, but when we're in slow on Friday, it doesn't say like McCabe Moyer on his bat. It says his brother's name, and Coach Solis asked, "Whose name is that on your bat?" He goes, "It's my brother's." So maybe he's got a little extra pop from his brother in his bat.
Carrillo goes after the first pitch, slaps it in the left field. Hickson ball makes a throw into third, but Schwartzberg is in there. His runner is on the corners with 2 men out for Jack Costello. Gonzalez, seen a few guys go after the first pitch already. I'd say about half the batters have went after the first pitch.
Carrillo does a good job there, though, with the arm side run of Gonzalez's fastball. Carrillo lets it travel just a little bit longer and hits it down the left field line for a base hit.
RBI opportunity for Jack Costello. He was hit by a pitch back in the first and was gunned down by Matt Spear after a ball got away from Spear just a bit. Didn't venture out too far, just got about a step and a half out of the left-handed batter's box. And the Oaks runners so far that have gotten to first after that have respected the arm of Spear. Not more than a few steps off of first for Schwartzberg and Carrillo when they were at first. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-0. Jack Costello trying to tie up this ball game. The 2-0. One lined in the left center field. Stays up plenty of time. Hickson ball, took a look at it, but it was Lewis who called him off. To retire the side, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Heading in to the 4th inning, the Oaks trail 1-0. catcher Matt Spear leading off the inning for the Blues. You're in the top of the 4th. Alexander Rivas still out there after struggling just a bit in the first, settled down in the second and third, looking to give the Oaks some serious length. Oh, 1 pitch. Tipped into Brady Francisco's glove. 0-2.
Last summer, we saw Rivas was consistently going 6-7 innings for the Oaks, really eating up a lot of innings while mowing guys down. But this summer, averaging under 4 innings per start.
That fastball misses up, and away. 1-2. One and two, lined into center field. It'll stay up. But
Nice.
I was completely fooled on that one. One just got a few steps into the outfield grass, and Zach Daudet was able to track over and make the play.
It wasn't just you, Sammy. I thought it was a hit off the bat, going to drop in front of Mac Moyer. I don't know how that barely got on the outfield grass, but nice play by Zach to make the catch, even after the slight bobble.
It'll bring up Emilio Corona. Corona struggling coming into the last 2 ball games, but has picked up a hit in back-to-back days. RBI double his last time up as he fouls one to the Blues bus. 0-1 count.
Pretty modest crowd for the Oaks tonight, or today.
Corona flies one into right field. It's in the foul territory. Just into the Blues bullpen. A little too far for Chris Wright to make a play. 0-2. A lazy Sunday so far here in Thousand Oaks. 1-0 in favor of the Blues. 0-2 the count to Emilio Corona. Breaking ball stays up 1-2.
See if Rivas tries to throw that pitch again, but get more on top of it this time.
1-2.
That way.
Swung on and missed.
Love it. Righty-righty changeup again, but this time he gets a strikeout on it.
Why do you think, Josh, that right-handers and left-handers don't throw the changeup as much to the same sided batter?
To be honest with you, I can't give you an exact answer. I understand why they throw it more often against the opposite
To the opposite
bat.
because it goes away from the bat.
Exactly, but I'm not sure why they don't throw it as much towards a right-handed hitter. Obviously, they prefer to have the right-to-left movement with a breaking ball against the right-handed bat, but throwing a changeup righty-righty, every once in a while doesn't seem like a bad idea, and Rivas has showcased that today, especially when it's your best pitch, objectively.
Well, it's almost like they want the ball always to go away from the bat, but why not try to throw something that rides up the bat and generates weak contact?
Yeah, no, that's what we got with Matthew Gonzalez. He has an arm side run on his fastball, and he throws that inside. Probably gets a lot of broken bats with that pitch. But throwing an inside changeup might not. It might give you a weakly hit ball, but that could end up dropping for maybe a bloop single to get more barrel on it.
1-2 the count to Sam DiCarlo.
Nice.
Another ball in the dirt. Another changeup. Another strikeout for Alexander Rivas.
There you go. Just throw
Another
your best
1,
pitch.
2, another 1, 2, 3 inning. 7 straight retired by the Big Puma. 3 strikeouts on the day. We head into the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 in favor of the Blues.
clean it up over there.
First pitch to Brendan Durfee was fouled off. Strike number 1. Matthew Gonzalez still out there for the Blues. Both bullpens got someone going now.
There's no catcher down in the bullpen yet, though, for the Blues. Just 2 pitchers stretching.
Just two guys stretching, and looks like they might start playing catch, but Gonzalez is cruising through this ball game so far. 1-1 to Durfee. Backdoor breaking ball just misses. A pronounced shift for Brendan Durfee here. Hardy playing a double play depth for a second baseman, and the second baseman DeCarlo playing shallow right field.
Actually, the same with the guy who's stretching up and down in the bullpen there is actually Jake Bolton. So I know he's pitched this summer for the Blues, but maybe he's just stretching before he catches the bullpen.
Full count now. First 3-ball count that Gonzalez has got into. Yet to issue a free pass. Payoff pitch. Fouled just to the right of the Blues dugout. In the distance, you guys can't see this, but it looks like Cole Fisher's doing a little bit of hiking, looking for some foul balls. And another foul ball at the plate from Brendan Durfee.
There's now 3 Oaks in the parking lot looking for foul balls. Cole Fisher, DJ Contreras, and Charlie Adamson.
Another payoff pitch. And another foul ball.
And that will send another pitcher out to look for foul balls. Just saw Cole catch him get out of the dugout there.
Brendan Durfee giving his pitchers some time in the Sunday sun. Another full count offering. And Gonzalez finally wins the battle, getting Durfee to go after one in the dirt.
Striking out Durfee is a very tough feat, something that he has not done very often over the past year of playing, but after fouling off a few pitches, Gonzalez was able to sit down Durfee.
4th strikeout of his outing. And as usual, he's ready to go. Daudet shows bunt, pulls back as he saw it was a breaking ball, thought it was coming for his face. Broke over, just missed. Ground ball into the hole. Hardy making a strong backhanded play. And as usual, when you play the Blues, Theo Hardy making a defensive gem.
Great job over there by Hansen, too. A nice pick over at first.
It's just that throw by Hardy. Didn't have to range too far to his right to field it, but as it was in the hole, he had to get rid of it quickly, and he didn't have too much power behind the throw, but boy, oh boy, he fired a strike over there.
It's another first pitch out. Recorded by Matthew Gonzalez. Chris Wright steps in. 1-1. Mentioned Wright, big fan of Barry Bonds, and he has that slight choke up on the bat that Barry Bonds always had. Similar bat, too. Bonds had that red barrel. 3-1 now. Gonzalez comes home. That one driven into right field. It's going back, and it's gone. A long home run off of the tennis court netting for Chris Wright. Got a tie ball game.
Chris Wright knew it right away there. I mean, he absolutely pimped that one. 377 feet the projected distance, which puts it a good almost 60 feet past that wall out there in right field.
Barry Bonds himself would have been proud of that swing out of Chris Wright to tie up the ball game. 2-out home run, 4th hit of the day, surrendered by Matthew Gonzalez. The first run as well. Extends the inning for Drew Smith, who fouls the first pitch back to the backstop. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there. 0-2. Gonzalez surely not shaken up over that. Still working very quickly. Head of Drew Smith 0-2, and he strikes him out. 5th strikeout of the day for Matthew Gonzalez. At the end of 4, after the Chris Wright home run to right field, tie ball game, 1-1. New pitcher for the Oaks. It's Wes Delatorre relieving Alexander Rivas after 4 innings of work. First pitch Wes throws is in the dirt, gets to the backstop. JT Ricken leading off the inning for the Blues. The 1-0. Line in a right field for a base hit. A rude welcoming by JT Ricken to Wes Delatorre. Tobias Plotkin heading down to the bullpen for the Oaks.
You know, with Alexander Rivas cruising the way that he was through 4 innings, it's pretty surprising to see him come out of this ball game, but based on the fact that the team is getting a few days off due to the showcase game on Wednesday, it seems like Coach Solis just wants to get some more guys some extra work before the break.
Jason Hansen steps into the box. Looks at a first pitch ball. A hit and run. Carrillo trying to deke the runner to no avail. Ricken was staying on second no matter what there. It's back-to-back base hits for the Blues to open up the 5th inning.
First ball this inning to right field was hit on a line, but that time that was unfortunate for West because that ball was not hit very hard at all. It just happened to land in front of Carrillo.
Number 9 hitter Jake Hicksonball now up for the Blues. West steps off. Hicksonball grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 2nd. And that ball's in the dirt. Hicksonball was thinking about sacrificing himself to move the runners over, but with the pitch getting all the way to the backstop, it does it for him himself. We'll see if Hicksonball still is willing to sacrifice himself in a squeeze situation here. Infield comes in. The 1-0 misses away. 2-0. Wes Delatorre already up against it here in the 5th. 2-0 misses away. In danger of loading up the bases for Jariah Lewis.
I'm honestly a little surprised to see the Oaks having the infield in with nobody out here, and still the 5th inning, a lot of ball game to work with, but just goes to show you how much they know each run in this game counts.
And it's a 4-pitch walk to load up the bases for the leadoff man, Jariah Lewis. And you wonder if the logic behind bringing the infield in is only scored 2 runs in yesterday's ball game and have had trouble picking up Gonzalez through 4 innings, only 1 run. As you mentioned, Josh, every run is going to count in this ball game. Lewis is over 2. Struck out and tried to reach on a bunt single back in the 3rd.
It's a great take by Lewis. It's exactly where Wes is looking to place that changeup and induce a potential double play ball, but Lewis spits on it.
The 1-0.
Yep.
On the outside corner for strike 1.
Got to live there if you're Wes.
After 5 straight balls, Delatorre getting back in the strike zone. Would love a strikeout or a ground ball here. The 1-1 misses outside.
The Oaks would be more than happy giving up a run for 2 outs here, as they've shown with the middle infield staying back. Wes's job here is just to get the ball on the ground.
The 2-1 to Lewis. Misses outside, 3-1, nowhere to put him. And with a big bat on deck in Theo Hardy, it's good to shape up for a very big inning for the San Luis Obispo Blues. The 3-1. Driven into right field. If it stays fair, it's gone, and it's gone. Another one off of the netting on the tennis courts. Lewis knew it right away. And it's a grand slam for Jariah Lewis. All the runners taking off their helmets, as college players usually do. And it's cheers all around for Jariah Lewis. Ball was absolutely crushed. Projected distance of 422 feet. 99 miles an hour off the bat. Per our TrackMan. Lewis just got a 3-1 pitch and knew exactly what to do with it. It's now Theo Hardy up for the Blues. To the head of the count, 2-0. Hardy goes after a 2-0 pitch. Schwartzberg makes the play.
Good bounce back there from Wes. After giving up the grand slam, throwing strikes and getting himself a ground ball. Gotta go back on the stream to see. I've heard a lot of people talk about that Dry Lewis pimp job. I didn't really see it, but
He didn't move. Didn't step out of the box.
I was just watching the ball. I didn't know it's Lewis.
Yeah, I saw him just stay in the box and watch the ball pepper off the net, and that's when he finally started his trot. 2-0 now they count to Gio Blanchette. Blanchette 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch back in the first and grounded out to Zach Daudet to end the third. 2-0 now. That one's lined in down the left field line. Well foul. Wes Delatorre not really fooling any hitters at the plate for the Blues. A lot of loud contact this inning. 2-1. And misses up and in. 3-1 count.
Seems like this will be Wes's inning to finish no matter what. Toby Plotkin is just plopped down on the bench down in the bullpen waiting to get loose.
The 3-1 is popped foul and get out of play, and the count runs full. 5-1 in favor of the Blues now after the Jariah Lewis grand slam. Wes Delatorre trying to fight back this inning. The 3-2 pitch. Popped foul once again. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up to Gio Blanchette. Delatorre comes home, and it misses upstairs. Second walk of the inning issued by Wes. And then it brings up Matt Spear.
It's got to be a lonely place out there on that mound for Wes. Giving up a grand slam and now walking a batter.
And another wild pitch from Wes Delatorre allows another runner to advance. Just days where you don't have it, and it looks like it's one of those days for Wes here. (2-0) now to Matt Spear. Oh no, was that called the strike? That one looked well off the plate there. The 1-1. Same pitch, same location.
It's literally the exact
2-1
same spot.
2-1 now the count to Matt Spear.
Oh,
It's another hard hit baseball. They'll get in the right field gap. Bounces off the wall. Blanchette comes around third and he'll score easily. It's an RBI double for Matt Spear. .99 miles an hour off the bat per the TrackMan.
and now that'll finally cause Toby Plotkin to start throwing down in that Oaks bullpen.
Indeed it is. Pitching coach Scott Radinsky making his way to the mound. Slowly making his way.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to give Plotkin some time. They just sent JoJo down to the bullpen just to see where Plotkin's at. Or maybe they want Joey to start warming up. Okay.
A grand slam by Jariah Lewis. A double from Matt Spear. 5 runs coming across this inning. 6-1. Now the score in favor of the Blues. Emilio Corona now stepping into the box. Corona, RBI double back in the first. Struck out in the fourth. That was against Alexander Rivas. First time he's facing Wes Delatorre here. That one popped up center field. Moyer takes a few steps back. That was just to give him a running start on his throw. And Spear holds up at second. Wes Delatorre trying to get out of the inning with no more damage. Last test will be Sam DiCarlo here this inning, and he goes after the first pitch, and it's booted at shortstop by Zach Daudet. Another run will come across the score. 7-1 Blues. Anything, Josh?
It's unfortunate for Wes. Looked like he made the final out pitch to get out of the inning, but unfortunately, looked like it took a last-second hop kickoff of Daudet. Ball kicked away very far.
Two-out error extends the inning for J.T. Ricken. The Blues have batted around here in the fifth. Popped up.
Talk.
Zach Daudet calls off Mac Moyer to retire the side. Not before the Blues send up 10 batters in the fifth. A grand slam by Jariah Lewis to drive in 4. A double by Matt Spear to drive in 1. And the error by Zach Daudet allows Spear to score. 6 runs here in the fifth, 7-1. Now the score, we're halfway home here at Sparky Anderson Field. Bottom of the 5th. Matthew Gonzalez still out there for the Blues. Brady Francisco leading off. The Oaks trying to get a few back after the Blues dropped a 6 spot in the top of the 5th.
Even though 6 runs came across in the top half, ball game's not over. There's still a lot of baseball to be played. Oaks still have 15 outs to work with.
A half-hearted check swing attempt right there from Brady Francisco went around. 1-2 now the count. Breaking ball, lifted into center field. Drifting to his left is the grand slam man, Jariah Lewis, for the first out of the inning.
I like that, Sammy. The grand slam man. It just sounds like it's easy flowing to say. Wes just not, that's unfortunate. Wes just went back with Yoshi, the trainer. Hopefully everything's okay with him.
Zach Schwartzberg looks like I got a first pitch fastball in there for strike 1. Goes after the 0-1 pitch and fouls it back. An 0-2 hole quickly. Gonzalez comes home. Schwartzberg rolls over, foul.
Just like the Oaks did with Rivas, pulling him a little earlier than normal and putting in De La Torre. Looks like the Blues are going to do the same thing. They have someone up in their bullpen, and traditionally you would not expect Gonzalez to come out of this game.
Cue shot over to the first baseman, Hansen. Goes to the bag himself. 2 quick outs for Gonzalez. Mac Moyer's 0 for 2 today.
The last ball he hit, though, was 100 miles per hour off the bat.
Looks at one well below the zone for ball 1. Gonzalez working quickly, falls behind 2-0. The action has stopped in the Blues bullpen. Just wonder if the pitcher down there is ready and waiting to go. It's number 23, Aaron Moreno. Was it that Moreno or was it AJ Moreno? It was AJ Moreno that went like 4 scoreless out of the pen when we were up in slow.
11 out of 12.
(3-1) now to Mac Moyer. Breaking ball just over the head of Gonzalez, and DeCarlo not able to make the backhanded play. I don't know how that's. Looks like they're going to rule it an error on DeCarlo.
I think I'd agree.
I just wonder if that nicked the glove of Gonzalez. I'm not going to argue too much, really. I don't have a dog in that fight, really. I guess I do. Get a hit from Mac Moyer.
Boy, yeah, exactly.
But it's ruled an error. Nobody listens to me. I got no respect around here. Much like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, there you go.
That one pops out of the glove of Spear.
Right after you said that, I knew you were going to go there.
Love Rodney. Love Rodney listening to his old sets on Johnny Carson. One of the best deliveries, too. Just a great voice in general. 1-0 to Carrillo. A wide strike call. 1-1. You a big fan of the movie Caddyshack, Josh?
Big household movie. Big movie in my household. Well, not my whole house. My dad and I.
1-1. Moyer is on the move. Carrillo skies one down the left field line. It'll get foul. 1-2 now. I know your dad's a Chicago guy, so I'm sure Bill Murray is very important to him.
Big Bill Murray fan.
Big Bill Murray guy. Who isn't?
It's a great question.
I don't know why you wouldn't be.
Yeah. One of the most beloved actors.
The 1-2. Rolled over. Hansen is there. Underhand toss to Gonzalez nearly was too high. But the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on for the Oaks at the end of 5, 7-1 in favor of the Blues. We are here, top of the second. We missed the 2 pitches now, 2-0. As Tobias Plotkin enters the game. Got a couple of guests here. Social media man Connor Mullen and Cameron Deck for Cam's Corner here in the 6th inning of today's ball game. 2-1 now the count to Jason Hansen, the first baseman for the Blues. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Outstanding.
How you doing, Cam?
I'm doing all right. Now, Austin just yanked the headset off my head, but what a collision of worlds this is, though.
5-pitch strikeout for Tobias Plotkin. Connor Mullen, what do you think of today's ball game so far, bud?
We were cruising there for a while, and then we had a little rough 5th inning. But plenty of ball game left. Scratch Cox, a couple runs.
A rough 5th inning is putting it mildly to some. 6 runs coming across that inning. A Jariah Lewis grand slam, a double from Matt Spear, and an error by Zach Daudet. 6 runs to come across. 1-1 now the count to Jake Hicksonbaugh. Cameron, you manning the track man as usual. That 5th inning, you saw some pretty high exit velocities, huh?
Yeah, and I think I saw the furthest home run ball I've personally ever seen on TrackMan, 422. Wow. I would have liked to see where that landed over there.
The netting from the tennis courts certainly puts a damper on how far a baseball can go.
Did it really hit that netting?
Yeah.
Oh,
it hit
wow.
about halfway up the netting. Chris Wright's hit the netting too.
Cleared this. Oh, the netting's on the other side of the street.
2-2 count. just offside the outside corner.
Good call by the umpire there.
Three into the count to Jake Hicksonbaugh. Plotkin comes home, and it's lined in the center field for a base hit. 8th hit of the ball game for the Blues. Connor,
Yes, sir.
there has been one bright spot, I guess you can say. The errors are down from yesterday. 4 errors in the first 5 innings, only 1 error today.
True, but how many wild pitches have we had?
I don't keep track of that, but there's been a few.
There's been a few.
Been a few. More than yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, the one error to Daudet, he kind of just sat back on it and ate him up, and that's pretty much it. We've actually had some good infield defense today, which has not been the case as of late, so it's good to see. Here we go.
Double play opportunity, and that one eats up Daudet. Maybe we shouldn't talk about errors around here, boys. A belly flop slide by Hicksonbaugh going into third.
Hard hit ground ball right there off the bat of
How hard was that hit off the bat?
94.
94. Second error of the day, charged to Zach Daudet. Someone on the scoreboard operation is sleeping there. There we go. Fixing it. Originally charging the error to the Blues. Back now. Theo Hardy, switch hitting, going over to the right-handed batter's box now. Another ball in the dirt. Francisco able to make sure it doesn't get far enough for Hicksonbaugh to come home, but it's plenty far enough for Jariah Lewis to advance to second. 2 RBI opportunity now for Theo Hardy. Infield comes in a 6-run ball game. Are you surprised that you're seeing the infield in here, Connor?
I am, yeah. I mean, yeah, you want to cut down some runs, but, you know, at this point, you need to strike out. You can't give up any more runs, and you can't. We're not in a good spot at this moment.
Cameron, looked like you were concurring
Yeah.
with that statement.
I agree. I think an out's kind of more important right here than another run that they'll score. It's already trailing by 6. It's just getting out, limit the damage here.
3-1 now the count to Theo Hardy. Plotkin comes home. Swung on and missed, and the count runs full.
There we go.
Certainly a strikeout is what you're hoping for here, if you're Toby Plotkin. Payoff pitch to Theo Hardy. Off the inside corner.
A little low as well.
Loads the bases for Gio Blanchette. Last time the bases were loaded, of course, it was a Jariah Lewis grand slam. Blanchette, the right-handed batter. Certainly a lot harder to put one out to left field here at Sparky Anderson Field with how the wind blows here. Connor, with your being the social media man, how difficult is it to give social media updates in a tough ball game like this one?
It was pretty tough yesterday, especially if we didn't score any runs, and the way that we scored our runs wasn't really flashy. So, you know, you only want to put the good stuff out there. The bad stuff, No, you really don't want to highlight as much because, there we go, a little
That one
GB.
into the hole. Schwartzberg ranging over to make the play. Run comes in to score. RBI ground out for Blanchette. Brings up Matt Spear. Looks at a first pitch ball. If the infield was in there, Connor, do you think that could have been trouble there?
Yeah, it probably gets through. I think they were doing corners in, trying to keep
Yeah,
a double
corners
play
were in there, yep.
in the middle, but yeah, I think it bleeds through, so. Kind of like what Cam was talking about. I mean, you're going to have to score a lot of runs anyway. It doesn't matter if it's 6 or 7, so.
Just get outs at this point. 2-0 to Matt Spear. Plotkin comes home. Misses up. And Cam, what have you noticed out of Matthew Gonzalez? Certainly has been cruising through this ballgame. Hasn't been lighting up the radar gun, but how's the RPMs looking?
Yeah, he hasn't been lighting.
As that one's grounded up the middle. Schwartzberg, backhanded play, makes the throw across the diamond to retire the side. Cam, we'll let you finish that thought.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been lighting up the radar gun by any means, but he's been mixing that slider and changeup pretty well. Throwing it for strikes. He's been giving the Oaks hitters a ton of trouble. Thanks for having me on, Sammy.
We'll keep you on for the bottom of the 6th. As we'll be right back. Oaks trailing by 7 runs. We are back for the bottom of the 6th. Jack Costello leading off for the Conejo Oaks. New pitcher in there is Matthew Gonzalez's day is done. Aaron Moreno now coming in for the Blues. Moreno's out of Cal Poly Pomona by way of Laverne, California. Costello ahead of the count 2-0. What is going on back there?
Sounds like a little race car or something.
Costello ahead of the count now 3-0.
It's a kid in a little mini car driving around a Tesla. It's a little mini, like.
Oh,
Wow.
the man just crashed.
Just gonna have to go over there, Josh, and you just yell, "Oi! He doing, bruh?" 4-pitch walk for Josh Costello.
It's a hot start to this outing for this guy, huh?
Yeah, 4 fastballs up and in. 4-pitch walk.
Just exactly what you want if you're a pitching coach. Guy comes in, 4 straight balls.
You'd think, make an adjustment after the second one, but,
Maybe groove one in, up 7 runs.
take it till we get a strike. I would hope so. Maybe you'd.
Brendan Durfee now up.
A little overshift going on here.
Been seeing that more as of late with Brendan Durfee. If it's on the ground, it's usually to the right side of the infield for Brendan Durfee, but he can't go the other way. That's just more in the air and line drives.
And there'd be 6 in a row.
Just use the bat as a cane right now. Just keep yourself up. No need to take it off the shoulder.
Big statue right here.
No lead to speak of for Costello. 2-0. And that one's fouled back. That one looked up as well. Could have been the
Yeah.
7th ball.
Should have looked where it was.
Cam, can you hit a 7-run home run in baseball? Is that a...
I've yet to see that accomplished.
Okay.
Still waiting for that.
All right.
2-1. Popped up. Center field. Lewis coming in. For out number 1.
Speaking of home run, Durfee robbed of an opportunity last night to hit a walk-off grand slam. Send the Oaks fans happy.
That was a that was tough.
Yeah. Got the video.
It got the top of his ankles.
Yeah.
Broke the top of his ankles.
Absolutely brutal.
Not a traditional strike zone, but hey, what are you gonna do? Zach Daudet now up. First pitch, a usual miss so far for Moreno. Up and in. Some action in the Oaks bullpen. It looks like DJ Contreras
Yep.
was doing a little hiking earlier for some foul balls. Makes his way back into the bullpen. Breaking ball for Moreno. The first called strike of his outing. 1-1 count. The pitch. Similar location, but just sneaks off the edge of the plate. 2-1.
Need to chip away this inning.
Yeah, I need about 1-2 this inning to make it interesting. 2-2 now.
Is it 8-1? You guys have 8-1 as well?
I got 8-1, yes. You made a mistake?
I made a mistake. There was a lot of commotion last inning up here, so I was distracted.
Costello on the move. 2-2 pitches outside, and Costello swipes second. Attaboy, Cam. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Lock in up here.
Real
Out
solid.
wrong,
Gotta lock
out
in, bud.
two. Jeez.
Full count to Zach Daudet. Costello now in second, RBI spot. The pitch. One hopper to Hardy at short. High throw, but it was plenty of time for Hansen to get down and touch the bag for out number 2. Brings up Chris Wright. Of course, last time Wright was up, hit a ball off the netting on the tennis courts. I believe it was a 377
That's correct.
distance.
It's good memory, Sammy.
Yeah, I don't know how I pulled that one out. I can remember select things. I'm not sure how I pulled that one out. Chris right now up. First pitch from Moreno. Fastball outside, ball 1.
Seems like forever ago Chris Wright hit a homer. This is his last at bat. Right?
That's because it was. 7 runs have scored since the Chris Wright home run. Foul tipped into the glove. A back pick attempt by Costello doesn't slide back. And the throw almost beat him, but Hardy didn't put a tag down. Usually you have to do that to record an out.
Unless it's a force play.
Well, that was not a force play.
Just making sure you're covering all your bases.
Right, hit one down
Look what I found.
down the line, and Hansen just sticks the glove out there, turns his head away, and finds that a ball got into his glove. Goes to the bag himself to retire the side at the end of 6. 8-1 Blues. Ladies and gentlemen, before we come back for the top of the 7th, I'd like to take this time to tell you about the CCL Showcase game that is coming up on Wednesday, July the 12th. It's the 30th season that the CCL is in business, so the Showcase game is going to be extra special this year at 7 p.m. on Bally Sports TV. That's 7 p.m. Pacific time for our nationwide audience that we have here. The CCL's top players from both divisions, the North and South, will be showcasing their talents at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts will begin at 3 p.m., followed by the inaugural Showcase Game Home Run Derby. Tickets will be available at the gate for those who are able to attend. For more information, you can visit calsummerball.com. And be sure to follow all the action on social media using the hashtag CCL 30 years and CCL Baseball. DJ Contreras is on the mound now for the Oaks.
Sammy, for that home run derby, how we think they're picking the participants? Do you think it's a volunteer?
I got no idea. I really don't.
Because there's not guys.
For more information, Josh, you can visit Cal Summerball, and maybe they could have some information for you on that.
Huh.
I'm not. I doubt it though. I think it's gonna be a. You want to do it? All right, you're in.
Exactly.
You want to do
That's
it?
what I was
You're in. All right, you're in. There may even be a pitcher. Just say, you know what, I can hit some tanks in BP. I'm in.
I was talking to Coach yesterday, and he said that there's only 6 guys participating, 3 from each side, so it should be short and sweet. But I don't. He didn't tell me which guys are being selected or that kind of stuff. So I'm sure we'll figure it out when we
Take a look at the CCL leaderboards, because I can't imagine too many
Chris
players.
Wright's got to be up there.
Right,
now.
exactly. No one has. I can't imagine anyone has more than 5 in the South, at least.
The 0-2 from Contreras, swung on and missed. Corona goes down on strikes.
The league leader in home runs in both the North and the South is someone on Hildesburg with 4, and then there's a handful of guys that have 3, and that includes Chris Wright.
Who now has 4?
No, that's his 3rd. He
That
had
was
2.
his. That was his. Third.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's listed as 2, but now he's 3.
A first pitch strike issued by Contreras.
I believe Wright's the only guy from the South. Oh, and a Foresters player, Max Bellew. Just 2 Southern guys with 3 or more home runs.
It's Peyton. How many does Peyton have? 2?
Dose.
2.
In the same game.
I thought for some reason they hit one at a different time, but
0-2 to Sam DiCarlo. Contreras looking for another strikeout. The 0-2 just misses. One and 2 the count to DiCarlo. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. Got any plans after the game today, boys? Still got a lot of time on our Sundays here.
Yeah, every Sunday family dinner, so got family dinner.
Family dinner, huh?
Yeah.
What's on the menu today?
Tonight is lasagna.
Lasagna.
My mom's making lasagna.
As that one runs in on DiCarlo, gets his hip. Connor, I know you got a movie date, huh?
yeah, me and the fam going to see Indiana Jones, the new one. Pretty excited about it.
What is this one called? Indiana Jones and
I'm gonna be honest. I can give you a Google, but
What time's your movie tonight?
7 o'clock.
where are we watching that at?
Yeah.
Studio Movie Grill. It's
Mm.
in Simi Valley, California. No free ads.
First pitch.
Holy man, that was a really good play by Francisco.
How did he keep
Oh
that
yeah.
float?
Oh no. Oh yeah, oh no. As that one goes into center field.
The fact that Francisco even
And
kept that
DiCarlo
float,
makes his way to third.
very impressive.
Studio Movie Grill, huh? Is that one where you can get an adult beverage while you're watching the movie?
That is indeed the case.
That is one of those, huh? I know the movie theater on Main Street in Ventura does the same. Some beers, some seltzers, even some frozen margaritas, some blended ones. 2-0. But grill would imply that they also serve food there.
That is a good.
What's on the menu there?
There's some. They have some lovely
steaks?
pizzas. They do have a steak, I believe.
Could you imagine getting a steak while eating a movie?
They have. I'm a big I get the margarita flatbread. That is my go-to SMG meal. It's a lovely concoction that they cook up.
2-1. Infield working its way in now. 3-1 to the third baseman, JT Ricken. We got an update on the Indiana Jones title. 3-1 is popped up. Foul territory. Durfee drifting, and he'll run out of room.
He's had to run
3-2
over there a
count.
couple times. It's called the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Ah.
Yeah. Cam seems very excited about that title.
Well, as we mentioned before the game, you guys, Connor, you're lucky you weren't on the bus yesterday, because that bus driver was talking up, or Friday, he was talking up the movie. Spoiled something for me.
Brutal. Brutal. I was gonna guess what that spoiler was, but
Yeah.
decided not
I
to.
have a gut feeling of what it is.
Yeah. We know what's gonna happen without knowing what's gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah.
right.
Poor.
Yeah, brutal.
Brutal.
Rickon draws a walk. It'll now bring up the first baseman Hansen.
MLB draft this evening. Any predictions?
An hour and 8 minutes.
We're seeing that the Pirates are most likely going to bottle it and not draft Dylan Cruz or Paul Skeens. Double play ball.
Spin me.
Daudet, Schwartzberg on the first, double play. That'll retire the side here in the top of the 7th. What do you think is going to happen in the draft, Connor?
I think Cruz should go first, and then the pitcher fellow, Skeens should go 2, and then I think Clark should go 3. I think Max Clark's going to be really good, contrary to popular belief.
It is reported that the reason why the Pirates are staying away from the 2 LSU Tigers is their demands for signing bonus. Now, I haven't seen a number from Skeens, but Cruz is reportedly asking for a $10 million signing bonus.
Oh, for a team that's already been fed up with the ownership before, to have your team potentially pass up on both Skeens and Cruz, that might cause some uproar from that Pittsburgh fan base.
The iconic Pittsburgh Pirates fan base. Don't see too many of them around here.
You do not. That's Pittsburgh ballpark is actually my dream ballpark to attend, PNC Park.
It is a lovely, lovely stadium.
Everyone says that that's the best view in baseball.
Yeah.
PNC Park on a sunset. Before we continue here, we'd like to give a nice shout out to our sponsors. Amateur Baseball Development Group, founded by Mike Sosha, Randy Riley, Kevin Muno, and Amy Ashford. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do and bring the broadcast to you, even exist as an organization without their generous support. And of course, the official hat sponsor of both the CCL and the Conejo Oaks, Richardson Sports, providing all of our hats. For a hat that suits your style, you can visit Richardson Sports website, and they got a wide selection for you. And if you can't find one that fits your style, you don't have any style. Drew Smith leading off the 7th. He pops one up high on the infield. Second baseman DeCarlo is there for out number 1. Brady Francisco. And a little head bobbing from Connor on the walk-up music. Outcast fan.
You know it.
What's your favorite Outcast tune?
That one right there.
Is it?
Yep.
It's not Roses, not Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson's up there. It gets me going in the club.
You know which one I like too? It's not quite as popular. The Whole World by Outcast. Yeah, see, with your guys' face, you guys don't even know.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a good tune. It's a good tune. You a fan of AT-Aliens as well? Nope. Yep.
More of a Taylor Swift kind of guy.
Top 5 Swiftie songs, huh?
Do you want me to go my top 5?
Give me your top 5 right now. 2 to Francisco,
Well, number 1's Love Story.
Fire.
naturally.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Right? 2 is Bad Reputation.
Oh, that's
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in 3, there's a song that she does with Brendan Urie.
Not familiar with that one.
yeah. What's it called?
The 2-2, foul back.
I could sing it for you.
No,
for
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's what I thought.
We don't want to
4 and 5.
viewers like that.
The one with Kendrick Lamar,
Bad blood.
Bad Blood remix. Yep. Thank you to Mr. Gregory for the assist on that one. And then Red, Taylor's version.
2-2 breaking ball lifted into right field.
Are you a fan of Taylor's version? Like,
Blanchett makes the play.
Well, we don't stand Scooter Braun here, so yeah, we're all on. We like Taylor's versions better.
Got you.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, huh?
I like Taylor's versions too.
Brings up Zach Schwartzberg. Moreno looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Misses with the first pitch. Some action in the Oaks bullpen. Looks like Cole Ketchum. Popped up. Foul territory. Get out of play. Now, Connor, I understand that you're also a big New York Liberty fan.
That is correct.
For some of us who aren't as into the WNBA, can you speak on their season for us?
Well, we're 14-3.
We?
We. Yeah, because I'm part of the team. We are 14-3 heading into the All-Star.
Big Ionescu guy?
That's a great.
Big.
Isn't Sabrina Ionescu the best player?
No, so we have
Oh.
another lass who's in charge of the All-Star.
Well, Ionescu, I know is on.
Yeah, Ionescu is very good.
Yeah, but she's not the best player.
No, so we signed a free agent from the Las Vegas Aces, and she is our leading scorer.
Does she have a name? Big fan. Big fan. Connor Mullen. Confirmed casual.
You
2 and 2.
You can't say we anymore, Connor.
It's definitely we because
Can't say we. He says we. Doesn't know who the
I
best
know-
player is. 2-2. Swung on a miss. To retire the side.
really brought out the energy in that last strikeout.
Yeah, they were really fired up that entire at bat for some reason.
They must have been listening to the broadcast. That's why. At the end of 7, 8-1, Blues. Cole, catch him out there. Top of the 8th. Blues still ahead, 8-1. It's the number 9 hitter, Jake Hicksonball. Hicksonball looks at a fastball away for ball 1.
Ketchum's the first member of the Oaks today to hit over 90 miles per hour on the radar gun. 91 to each of those 2 pitches.
Me and Mr. Ketchum had a lovely conversation and during the 2nd inning of this ball game.
Was it about Pokemans?
It's not about Pokemans.
How did you talk to him during the game?
Well, that was a good swing there. I was sitting next to was in my little spot down below, and he was going to the restroom, and I had to go get a fork for my Chipotle. So I was complaining that I didn't get a fork from my delivery driver. We had a lovely discussion about Chipotle.
That happened when we were in Pasadena. Door dashed. Josh, I ordered a sandwich like a normal person does on delivery. Connor ordered the chicken noodle soup, and Josh ordered the mac and cheese. Neither of them getting a spoon or a fork. Josh had to improvise. He used
Sammy's
my lid that was on my fruit cup, and Connor just chugged it down, a la Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, that's the bottom line.
Top of the lineup now, Jariah Lewis after the walk issued by Cole Ketchum.
Just got some Dodger news. They have sent down Miguel Vargas.
Oh, thank goodness.
Been struggling.
1-0 to Lewis.
Jackson Jordan's begun to lightly toss for the Oaks, so as we expected, Coach Solis just wanted to get everyone work before the break.
Vargas was in the middle of a 1 for 78 stretch. As Lewis drives one into right center. It's going back. Looks like Wright's gonna have room. Makes a catch on the track for out number 1.
Wright making that catch right underneath the 370 sign in right field. That was more down the line. It would have had more than enough distance. Connor, what do you think of that pimp job by Jariah Lewis in his grand slam?
I thought it was well deserved. Definitely hit it deep enough in order to do that. Stood and watched it for a bit too long, in my opinion. Catcher and me got a little upset.
You and Gaylord Perry, 2 peas in a pod.
It's true. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but he took
Gaylord Perry's just an old timer who
I know who Gaylord
would have problems with a pimp job like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he hit it far enough where he could do whatever he wants. I think I would have stood up if I was the catcher and kind of said, "Hey, like, let's get it going. Let's start the jog a little bit." But to each his their own.
Bold that a fan of David Ortiz has a problem with a pimped home run. But what are you gonna do? 1-1.
I had no problem with the pimp job. I would like that to be very clear.
No, you just have a problem that he stood in the box for 6 years like David Ortiz would. 1-1 to Hardy. Line is past the diving Schwartzberg for a base hit. Hicksonball takes a turn, gets back picked at second. He's in there. Little double standard there, Connor. Everyone can have fun except guys who aren't on my team. Huh?
You're just putting words in my mouth, I feel like, at this point, Mr. Holladay. David Ortiz could pimp some home runs, but, he's in the major leagues, and he earned it.
True. What would you do if so the lower it goes, the less you can flex a home run?
Yeah.
What if we're doing that in Little League?
Yeah,
Well, what's Coach Connor saying if someone does that in Simi Valley Pony Ball?
Let's lock it in. Act like we've been here before.
The 0-1.
It's like
Pop, foul.
I gave up a homer to good old Cam, like, I'm not saying that I would, I'm just saying. And he stood there and watched it. He's going to get some words from me. Like, let's start the jog. Let's go.
We got a ball game to play, bud. Do we get those kind of pimp jobs at the as the 0-2 comes in, lined into right field? That'll be another base hit. Station to station here for the Blues, and the bases are loaded. Do we get those kind of pimp jobs at the Chili's company softball tournament?
Well, you're gosh darn right.
Those are that's the big leagues.
That is the big leagues. That is the top of the top. That is the cream of the crop, if you will. There is no place like the Chili softball tournament. It is the greatest collection of talent you'll ever see.
You ever hit a bomb there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pimp it?
At the field of Dreams. What field? What field were you on? Fenway or Yankee Stadium?
It was
or
Dodger
Stadium.
Yeah. I hit one off the because they put the fake fans
Yeah.
out there. I hit one off the wood and bat flipped. You don't have to run, which is nice.
You touch first and it's good.
Yeah. So I gave a little courtesy jog, a little courtesy tap on the base, and headed back to the dugout, drank my Gatorade.
Matt Spear in there, 0-1 count. Back to a breaking ball, stays outside. Now, when you hit those balls, do you give a nice ooh as you hit it or no?
I'll hit him with a little Hawk Harrelson stretch, even though I know it's gone.
Stretch.
And then usually I'm like my coach slash colleague will, hype me up as I touch first base.
Your coach is the one that says you can put it on the board?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some serious chemistry there.
Yeah, we're locked in.
You've been practicing, getting ready for your one final ride?
Stretching?
One last ride. I've been stretching a lot. I've been making sure I'm playing catch every couple days.
Spear flails at that one.
You ever watching
for the second out of the inning?
Any watch ever
Well, film is a little bit overrated, Josh. I mean, you when you're as talented as I am, you just go out there and rake. I call it wake and rake. Wake up, go out. People stretch. I don't stretch.
Pound the bacon, egg, and cheese. Get on the field. Hit a bomb.
Yeah, hit a bomb, and you don't have to run. So you don't have to. You're not going to hurt yourself because you didn't stretch.
Hit a bomb. Coffee's still warm. Then break out the Gatorade in the afternoon games.
That's right. Fill up your Gatorade cup. It's still cold by the time you get back in.
Ketchum now working against Emilio Corona.
I'm telling you, we have an intern's BP. I've been told. I might be able to get one out of here.
I like your idea, the intern ground ball.
Yeah, well, intern GB comp.
You're putting one out during BP?
Oh, for sure.
You lefty hitter or righty?
I'm a righty.
Still putting one out here?
Oh yeah. Coach should be like, why aren't you dressed up today?
You don't want to show up the other guys.
Yeah. Why are you not hitting third for us? I don't know, Coach. Been here all summer.
Just been waiting for the call.
Yeah. He's been hinting to you, Coach.
Just put one oppo too. No big deal.
Yeah, bring my glove every day. Just give him hints.
The 1-1 inside.
You need a classy hit through the 3-4 hole. I'm your guy. You need a homer to left center off the scoreboard. I'm your guy.
Does it all.
Yeah.
You ever bunt?
Absolutely. I was pinch bunter in high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had guys that couldn't bunt, so I'd go in, bunt, and then I'd get pulled out. I couldn't run either.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I put the bunt down, and then I make it to first because it was usually a money bunt, so there's no throw. They'd be like, all right, we're going to pitch run for you. I'm like, you got it, dude. And I go,
the amount of versatility that's needed to not only be the designated pinch bunter, but also a guy who can pepper one off the scoreboard and left. Just can't make it up. Count runs full. Runners will all be getting a head start on this next pitch.
Yeah, it's hard work being this talented, boys. It's just hard work.
Just waking up and just being the best at everything. It's
Yeah,
tough to do.
it's like I've told you guys many times. I'm the best 30-second athlete on the planet.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you're running all the way around the bases before I'm getting to second base.
That's right.
30 seconds, huh?
30 seconds. As long as I have my breath, there's nothing I can't do.
Popped up, foul. And we'll do it again.
Feel like I could have caught that, but no need.
So 30 seconds and you're out.
30 seconds, I need a couple minutes to recover, and then I'm back, ready to go. That's why
30 seconds is a long time in some
Yeah,
situations.
Exactly.
Another payoff pitch coming up from Cole Ketchum. Another foul ball.
This guy 2B's taking a real big
I was
jump.
about to say that. With Ketchum on the windup, he's almost at third base by the time the ball's crossing home.
Another 3-2 pitch coming up from Cole Ketchum to Emilio Corona. Ketchum into the windup, the pitch, and it's another foul ball.
Ouch. In Yankee baseball news, they just fired their hitting coach.
Yeah, Austin was having a little mini party over here.
Another 3-2 pitch.
Yeah.
There it is.
Finally wins the battle to retire the side. After Cole Ketchum loads the bases, he's able to get out of his own jam with no runs coming across. At the end of 7.5 innings, it is still 8-1 in favor of the Blues.
Ball one.
We are back for the 8th inning. Connor Mullen's gonna take his audition for play-by-play.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see it, bud.
I'll give it a chance. Well, here's the 1-0. And fouls it straight into the ground.
It's a good pitch. Welcome back, Sammy.
No, you're
I
still
guess you
going.
go? Oh,
You're
let's
still
go.
going.
Let's go.
Still going. Okay.
This is your half inning.
Yeah, well, it's 1-1 count, 8-1 ball game, and here, beautiful Thousand Oaks, California. Got a little breeze today, not too shabby.
It's a nice day.
It is a nice day. And there's Moyer rolls one over foul, and it's 1-2. As the umpire looks back, tries to fix the scoreboard. Josh, what have you been seeing from Moyer as of late? You had the player of the game up and slow, but what have you liked about his approach
I just love how much he's taking the ball to the opposite field.
as he rolls one over, tries to beat the pitcher, and records the first out?
It's been very impressive what Moyer's been doing, honestly, just driving the baseball the other way. A lot of 90-plus mile per hour base hits, but to left and left center. And when you're doing that as a hitter, you obviously have the power to hit the ball to all fields. We saw you were in there and slow, hit one to right field that if we were playing in this ballpark, for sure would have been a bomb, but
Really?
was caught at the track.
We do have a pinch hitter, Sean Blandino, hitting for
Austin Carrillo.
Austin Carrillo.
Blandino's taking some good swings lately.
Rocks and fires, and there's a drive into left center. Left fielder camps under it for out number 2. One pitch, one swing, another out. And here comes Jack Costello.
It's your boy, Connor. You get to call your boy.
Yeah, he's had a good couple games. He started off 0 for 2 yesterday, had a couple knocks later in the game. He rolls one over to short, up and over, and that's going to be the inning. Thanks for giving me an audition there. It's a quick 1, 2, 3 guy.
Good stuff.
Thanks, man.
Good stuff. Can't make it up.
Appreciate.
Head of the 9th. 8-1.
We are back for the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher out there is Jackson Jordan. Jordan, obviously, with the elongated showcase game break. Coach Solis wants to get him some work. 3 off days in a row for the players who don't make the showcase game. Still no official announcement on who has made the showcase game. I'm sure that will be announced tomorrow. 0-1. Jordan's ahead. Our producer for today's game, Josh, had to step downstairs to get some business done. Don't know what he's doing downstairs, but it's got to be important if he had to step away in the 9th inning. 1-2 now.
Looks like Jordan's ramped up his velocity a little bit. Earlier on in the summer, he was, mid-80s, but he's, hit 90 this inning, so.
Definitely expecting that wipeout slider right here on this pitch. Ooh. Slider did come there. Matt Masiangelo pinch hitting. He is one of the 4. No, it's not Masiangelo. It's still Sam DiCarlo. 39 and 38. Mixed me up. Full count now. Jackson Jordan. The pitch. Misses outside. Free pass issued. Not the start that Jordan was hoping for. And that brings up the third baseman, JT Ricken. Ricken hits one over to Smith at third. Smith, as he's going to transfer the ball to his hand from the glove, pops out. It's another error for the Oaks. That's 4 on the day.
At least we're consistent.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned yesterday, it's always a tough day at the office when you got as many hits as errors. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Oaks. 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Slow Blues. The 0-1 from Jordan. Slider in the dirt, smothered by Francisco.
We happen to see that the Red Sox swept the A's this weekend.
It's a tough ball club. It's definitely a big accomplishment.
Yep, it is. Let me tell you, 5 games above 500. Only 2 games back of a playoff spot are the Red Sox. 1 game back of the Yankees because they're bad. But what are you gonna do?
The 1-1 from Jordan.
Popped
up.
Got room. Got room.
New first baseman is Nick Leahy entering the game for Brendan Durfee. He nearly gets to that ball, just a few steps out of his reach. 1-2 now. Jackson Jordan looking for a strikeout here. 1-2 pitch.
Oh.
Check swing, appeal down to first base, no swing, according to the first base umpire.
You are right. That slider's outstanding pitch. It looks like it's gonna be a strike. Then at the last second, it just slides all the way back.
Bottom
out.
completely falls out. 2-2 pitch. Center field, Moyer is there. DiCarlo will tag and head to third. It's runners on the corners with 1 out. Bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jake Hicksonbaugh. On deck is Jariah Lewis. He's made some loud contact this game. First pitch up and away. Ball 1. Jordan, affectionately known to his teammates as Big Red.
It's a great nickname. Really is.
It's about as simple but as effective a nickname as you can get. 2-0 now. Jordan misses away and is in danger of walking his second batter of the inning. Real pitch to Hickson ball. 4-pitch walk. And I don't need to remind you guys at home, but of course, Jariah Lewis earlier in today's ball game, back in the 5th inning, a grand slam. In an 8-1 ball game, these are the days where your love of the game is truly tested. First pitch to Lewis is in there for strike 1. One and one now, the count to Lewis.
Seems like Jordan is just flying open just a little bit. If he makes an adjustment, stays closed, he should be fine.
Jordan comes home, gets a swing and the miss.
Much better on that one.
Don't know if he has an earpiece hearing what Connor has to say, but definitely looked like he made that adjustment that Mr. Mullen was referencing. The 1-2. Backdoor breaking
Yes,
ball.
sir.
Ooh. About 3 inches off the plate, according to Cameron Deck. And 2-2 from Jordan. Popped, foul, out of play. Jackson Jordan looking for a strikeout here. Popped up, foul, it'll get out of play. Lewis really trying to bust this game open. It's already a 7-run game. 2-2. Foul back.
Can't make a mistake over the middle here.
Certainly not. Wes Delatorre made a mistake over the middle of the plate to Lewis. And a ball was ejected 422 feet. The 2-2. Swung on and missed.
Good pitch.
Jordan finally wins the long battle, shakes his head after he strikes out Lewis. Which brings up Theo Hardy. Hardy, the sure-handed shortstop for the Blues. No batting gloves. Kind of looks like Matt Carpenter in the box.
That's what a pull that is from you. I was gonna say Brad Miller.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too. But just the wrist tape. That's what made me think of Matt Carpenter. Old thorn in the Dodgers' side back in the early 20-aughts. Oh, to the count to Hardy. Jordan looking for another strikeout. One and two now, the count to Hardy.
Should throw that backdoor breaking ball here.
Indeed, went with the backdoor breaker. One stayed in the backyard. 2 and 2 now, the count to Theo Hardy. Jordan comes home. That one's lined into the gap in left center field. It'll fall and take a big bounce and gets over the head of Sean Blandino. That will score all 3 runs. Hardy goes into third, and he's in there just ahead of the throw. It's a 2-out, 3-run triple for Theo Hardy.
It's a tough bounce out there in left field for Blandino. Gets to the ball relatively quickly, and then it just skips on him, jumps right over his head. He has to race to go get it. Allows all the runners to score and allows the hitter to get to third base.
First pitch ball to Giovanni Blanchette. 11 runs on 11 hits for the Blues. Only 1 run on 4 hits for the Oaks. Front door breaking ball. Started at the hip of Blanchette, ended up right down the middle. Scoreboard operator having some trouble down there. 2-0 to the annoyance of the home plate umpire.
He's really,
Why are you looking up there?
yeah.
We got
Yeah.
indicators.
Why does it bother him so much that the count is wrong?
We got to stop the game to fix the scoreboard.
Every time, yeah. He's still waving his fingers up in the air. You got the clicker. What's bothering you?
1-2. Foul ball. Definitely some different umpiring in the CCL.
Different. It's a good word for it, Sammy.
1-2 the count to Blanchette. Jordan comes
There
home,
it is.
swung on and missed. Don't know how many of those runs will be. I don't think any of those runs can be earned after the error by Drew Smith.
Nope.
3 runs come across after the Theo Hardy triple. We head into the bottom of the 9th. Oaks trying to go down with some honor. We're back for the bottom of the 9th. Last chance here for the Oaks, unless they can put up a 10 spot to extend the game, set it into extras. I've seen crazier things happen than a team scoring 10 runs in the bottom of the ninth.
Like maybe an umpire calling a ball that's 3 inches below someone's knee to strike them the game?
No, even crazier than that, believe it or not. It's Nick Leahy leading off the bottom of the ninth after he entered the game for Brendan Durfee. It's also a new pitcher for the Blues. Number is that?
It's 14.
He sprays one foul.
It's Dunning.
It's number 14, Creighton Hansen. Oh, I'm at the wrong roster.
I was like, what are you saying?
I'm at the wrong roster.
Kyle Dunning.
Cal Dunning.
It's like, where are we going here, Sam?
1-2 now the count to Nick Leahy. Carson Falskin on deck with the bat in his hand. And a pinch hit for Zach Daudet.
Oh.
That one misses and the count runs to 2-2. One fouled back. Of course, 10 runs in the bottom of the ninth is a monumental task. But it starts with the leadoff man getting on. That won't happen as Leahy taps one back to the box. And Dunning fields it cleanly for out number 1. The aforementioned Carson Falskin is pinch hitting for Zach Daudet, and it looks like there will be another pinch hitter as Dylan Jackson is in the on-deck circle.
I think Falskin played short defensively this top half of this inning.
It's very, very possible, and it could have slipped my mind to not mention that, as Leahy also entered the game for Durfee. That one in the dirt and gets past the catcher Spear. Ball 2, 2-1. Welcome back Josh after his...
You want to know what happened, Sammy?
Printing fiasco.
Prince.
Be helpful if you're
What happened?
weren't muted, Bub.
I printed 3 times. Each time, 2 blank pieces of paper came out with no ink on it.
Out of way.
That one gets past the diving JT
job, Carson.
Ricken at third as Carson Falskin gets himself a pinch hit single for the 5th hit for the Oaks. So the Oaks are back to outpacing the hits over the errors. Josh stepped away, didn't realize that the Oaks have made a couple more errors since he last was up here.
I did not.
Dylan Jackson pinch hitting for Chris Wright. Looks at a first pitch fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1.
It was an unfortunate outing for Jackson Jordan, but in a game where they're already down 8-1, might as well waste your worst outing of the summer.
A couple of those runs went unearned because of the Drew Smith. I think all of them actually might have went unearned.
I only saw bases were loaded and then there was a triple and 3 runs scored.
There was an error. Could have been a double play ball as well.
Oh,
Go
gotcha.
to Jackson. Popped foul, out of play.
Sammy, I don't know if you talked about it, but with the Diamondbacks losing today, the Dodgers head into the All-Star break in first place.
Yeah, no big deal.
I
But,
couldn't.
that's something that should be expected.
Exactly. The
Ain't,
only-
ain't nobody in the world had the Diamondbacks staying in first place.
True
If you
that.
did, you're lying to yourself. We do know that Cameron Deck's uncle placed a bet on the Rockies to finish atop the NL West in Vegas, a $10 bet that would net $5,000. That will
Close.
not happen.
Close.
That will not happen. As Drew Smith pops one foul, it may or may not get out of play. Ranging back is the catcher Spear to end the ball game. Oaks go down quietly today. The only piece of offense was the Chris Wright home run back in the 4th inning. The Blues put up a lot more offense, which was highlighted from the grand slam by Jariah Lewis. 11-1 is the final score today as the Blues take this 3-game series. But the Oaks win the season-long series 4-3. For all of us here on the Conejo Oaks broadcasting team, Cameron Deck, Connor Mullen, Josh Mechanick, Austin Gregory, I'm Sammy Holladay. Long break coming up for us. Be sure to tune in to the CCL Showcase game on Wednesday night, and we'll be back here at Sparky Anderson Field on Thursday against the OC